students, just to remind you of the wonderful people that support you every day, each and every day in your school. These are the people who had a huge role in the selection, in the reason that you're here today. I'm going to ask all of our school principals, our assistant principals, and any teachers that might be here today, please stand and let this group recognize the work that you do every day in our school. And now to our students. Boy, don't you look sharp today. Let me tell you something about leadership. Leadership is about you. Peter Drucker is known probably as the father of management and leadership. Peter Drucker passed away several years ago, but he left a wealth of knowledge for us to learn from about leadership. He says that the first thing in leadership that one must understand is that one must come to know him or herself. And before you can lead, you've got to come to know who you are, what you're about, what you represent, what you stand for. What are those non-negotiables? This program will help you understand more about who you are, more about what it is you want to do in life, and more about trying to help you support and develop leadership skills. That's what this program is about. Once you spend time understanding what leadership is and understanding yourself, then you are in a position to help others to understand more about themselves and use your ability to influence, your ability to encourage, your ability to guide, your ability to navigate others in the direction in which they should go. This is a very important program, and you come from a body of 166,000 students. That's what you represent today. Gwinnett is the finest, it is the best. You've come from the best, including our friends at Beaufort. And where are you? I want you to stand and let you know we welcome you. Beaufort City Schools, where are you? Come on, let's welcome them today. Thank you for being here. When I say Gwinnett, I want you to know that you're a part of us too. And so, students, as you embark upon these 2 years, make every day count. I'll see you again sometimes towards the end, and you will have all changed. You will have all gained more confidence about who you are and where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want to do in life. You would be surprised, parents, in 2 years, how much they change. And it's all for the good. It's all for helping them understand where they are and what you need to bring back, not only to your schools, but to this community, not only to this community, to this country, and even now to our world. Leaders of tomorrow are sitting in this room today. Leaders of tomorrow are sitting in this room today. And should I even go so far as to say that the leaders in this room today are going to be leading somewhere tomorrow? Yes, your journey starts today. You look like leaders today. You need to start acting like leaders today. And we're going to prepare you to make sure that you are successful leaders back in your schools and making sure that you're working with your leadership teams, your principals, your assistant principals, your teachers, in making sure that what you have enjoyed over the last years of your life in high school and middle school, that those students who've gone before you, that who graduated from this program, and what they did in our schools that you're enjoying, you owe that to the students who are following you. That's how it works in our organization. You've got to be able to be a leader and be able to give back to those who are following you. Thank you so much, and congratulations to all of you on behalf of our superintendent. Go get it.
Going great. program, Senior Duluth.
Yes, and so let me start off by saying that people definitely read your applications. Like, it was no joke. I read like 20 of them, and it was a lot of work and a lot of personal time that went into it, and a lot of personal affection that goes into like my baby sitting over there. So let me first start off by saying congratulations to all of you, because as people have said earlier in the program, that this is a very, very big honor. And I don't know, when I was sitting in your seats like 2 years ago, I don't think I realized that all the way. I was like, awesome, awesome, pat on the back, went through some interviews, finished some applications, solid work, good job team. But I think like in the end, I was wondering, what is all the hype? What, at the end of the day, what is this gonna bring me? And how is this gonna affect my life? And there's a running joke in GSLT that it's almost impossible to find out what the GSLT experience is in a few minutes. Like, you'll probably hear it at every function. It's honestly the truest thing I've ever heard. It's really, really hard to convey to different parents and students and people you meet on the street what exactly you do in Gwinnett Student Leadership Team. So hopefully Nolan and I can sort of help you guys understand what you're going to be doing for the next 2 years and how it's going to truly affect your life in the greatest way possible.
All right, so we're going to be tag teaming here for a minute, going back and forth just a little bit. We have basically two main points that we would like to talk to you guys about. The first being what exactly you can expect during your junior and senior year in this program. And the second point being then, what does that mean? What can you go with that? So jumping into our first point, obviously you know that this is a 2-year commitment, but I will just go over your junior year for right now. You will be expected to attend 1 retreat. You will have 7 morning program sessions that will be held here in this building. And then you will have a summit, and you will also have a graduation ceremony that you will be a part of. However, you will not be graduating until your senior year. So in terms of what to expect, number one, I would encourage you to expect the best. Like Ms. Ward just said, this is not a watered down high school leadership curriculum. You guys will be receiving CEO level training, and I know it's blown me away, especially as coming in without much experience at all in this area. Really, this is just something that you will not get in another place. I would encourage you to expect to work. This is not something where, oh, you pat yourself on the back, you're in GSLT now, you come to once a month leadership sessions and, you know, miss part of school that day and it's a fun day. You should be going back to your school, and you will be going back to your school, working with your other students, working with your administrators, and you will be sitting down, and your goal is to then bring back everything that you have learned at these sessions to your school, like Ms. Ward was just saying. So it is an honor to be a part of it. However, it's not like you're done now and you can just kick back and relax. I would encourage you to expect to be watched. Whether you like it or not, you are now the face of your school. Now, this is not only when you're out at county events, but when you're at your school, you are now elevated to a leadership position where people will be looking at you and they will be making judgments of your team and of your school based on how they perceive you.
Ask you all to come up here, and then I'm going to talk about each one of you individually. Adriana Amiette, Austin Lyons, and Lindsay Perpich. Now, the rest of the class members, I want you, instead of worrying about what I'm going to say, because all I'm going to do is read out your list of activities, okay, so relax. Some of these students do the very same things you do. Perhaps they play softball, or perhaps they're in the band, or they play an instrument that you do. Seek out the people already with whom you have some common interest here. So we're going to start with Adriana, if you'll just raise your hand. Adriana, and I'm going to go rapidly through this, and listen, I had to pick and choose with some of you folks because I don't really know how you have time for us, but I assume that you have made the commitment. Adriana, National Honor Society, Beta Club, Model United Nations, Bible Study Group, Camp Counselor at Camp Invention, tutor for math and biology, and she describes herself as a hard worker who is dedicated to her studies and a true humanitarian. Austin, I think we get that one. Since you're the only male there. Future Business Leaders of America, football team, track and field team, active in his church's youth ministry, and he describes himself as outgoing, a quick learner, and one who reaches out to others. And Lindsay Perpich, National Honor Society, Beta Club, Relay for Life, French Club, Model United Nations, International Thespian Society, Improv Club, Orchestra. She's an assistant dance teacher through the Gwinnett County Recreation Department, and she describes herself as the helper among family and friends. So from Archer, we have Adriana, Austin, and Lindsay. Leadership team from Central Gwinnett, Principal Mary Ann Grimes, and Assistant Principal Todd Hamilton. And the student leaders, Nick Stoljic, Daniel Valdez, Annetta Wysocki. Nick, would you raise your hand? Nick is on the swim team, Beta Club, loves music, and has played the violin for 5 years, Law Explorers Organization debate team, and describes himself as an extremely dedicated individual who does not give up when times are tough or when others do. Daniel, sophomore class president, Beta Club, Spanish Honor Society, varsity baseball, describes himself as a loving son, dedicated student, and strong athlete who views himself as a helping hand to others. Annetta, German Club, German National Honor Society, Relay for Life, cross country, staff member at Lake Lanier Islands Triathlon for the past 2 years, volunteer for the Gwinnett Animal Shelter, and says she and her mother have saved the lives of over 150 dogs. She's a journalist on an online publication called Examiner.com. And her favorite things are family, friends, traveling, animals, fashion, cooking, eating, learning, and exercising. Describes herself as an interesting, outgoing, adventurous intellectual. Nick, Daniel, and Annetta.